From a controversial doping case to scoring one of cricket's greatest test innings, Kusal Perera's journey to becoming a multi-millionaire cricketer and police chief inspector will leave you speechless. Matharidge Don Kusal Janeth Perera was born on August 17, 1990, in Kalubawila, a suburb of Colombo, Sri Lanka. As of 2025, he is 35 years old and has lived through one of the most dramatic cricket careers in Sri Lankan history. Today, we will reveal everything about Kusal Perera's incredible journey from a right-handed batsman who switched to left-handed batting, survived a career-threatening doping controversy, scored one of the greatest test innings ever, became a millionaire through cricket, and recently joined the Sri Lanka Police as a chief inspector. His story is filled with controversy, triumph, heartbreak, and massive financial success that most people don't know about. Kusal Perera grew up in a family where his father Kithsiri played cricket. Cricket was in his blood from birth. His father was not just a passive supporter, but actively guided him through the early years. Young Kusal would spend hours in the backyard playing with his brother Dilshan, who represented Negombo Cricket Club. These backyard battles shaped his aggressive approach to batting. His sister Udara provided the emotional support that kept him grounded through all the ups and downs. But here is something fascinating that most cricket fans don't know. Kusal actually started as a right-handed batsman. He played right-handed from age 11 to 13, years before making a complete switch to left-handed, batting because he idolized Sri Lankan legend Sanath Jayasuriya and wanted to bat, exactly like him. Kusal Perera attended Kotawa Dharmapala Mahavidyalaya for his early education and later moved to Royal College Colombo, one of Sri Lanka's most prestigious schools. At Royal College, he represented the school in the famous Royal Thomian annual cricket match in 2013, one of the oldest cricket rivalries in the world. His cricket journey began seriously at Colts Cricket Club in 2009, where he joined as a senior player. For 13 years, Colts Cricket Club was his home in domestic cricket. At Colts, he built a reputation as an aggressive opening batsman and wicketkeeper who could change games single-handedly. His international career began on January 13, 2013, when he made his one-day international debut for Sri Lanka against Australia in the second ODI. He was bought by Rajasthan Royals for $20,000 in the 2013 Indian Premier League auction. This was his first big paycheck from franchise cricket. Although he played only 2 matches for Rajasthan Royals and didn't get many opportunities, this IPL contract opened doors to the world of T20 franchise cricket. In 2014, Kusal became a World Cup winner when Sri Lanka won the ICC World 2020 in Bangladesh. He scored 125 runs across 6 matches in that tournament with an average of 20.83 and a strike rate of 145.48. This victory made him part of Sri Lankan cricket history. The following year, in 2015, he scored his first ODI century against Bangladesh, announcing his arrival as a serious international batsman. Then came one of the most spectacular performances in ODI history. On July 15, 2015, playing against Pakistan in Pallekele, Kusal smashed a 50 in just 17 balls, equaling Sanath Jayasuriya's record for the second fastest ODI 50 ever, behind only A.B. de Villiers. The strike rate of that innings was an incredible 272, the highest strike rate ever by a Sri Lankan batsman in an innings of 50 or more runs. A month later, in August 2015, Kusal made his test debut against India in Colombo and immediately made an impact by scoring twin 50s in both innings, becoming only the second Sri Lankan batsman ever to achieve this feat on debut. His career was skyrocketing and everything seemed perfect. But then disaster struck in December. 2015, Kusal was recalled from Sri Lanka's tour of New Zealand after testing positive for a banned substance in a random dope test conducted by the International Cricket Council during a home series against Pakistan in May 2015. His urine sample tested positive for a performance-enhancing drug called 19-norandrostenedione. Kusal claimed he had taken some medicine for a leech bite and was completely innocent. When the B sample also came back positive on December 25, 2015, it looked like his career was over. Many cricketers who fail dope tests never recover from the shame and ban. But Kusal Perera fought back with everything he had. He spent a substantial amount of his own money fighting the findings, including trips to England for polygraph tests, hair analysis, and separate urine tests. He hired a top legal team based in the United Kingdom and coordinated an aggressive campaign to prove his innocence. Sri Lanka cricket supported him throughout this battle. Finally, on May 11, 2016, after 5 months of suspension, Kusal was cleared of all charges. The Qatar-based lab's findings were deemed unsustainable for scientific and technical reasons by an independent expert hired by the ICC. His name was cleared, and he could return to cricket. After returning from the suspension, Kusal scored a first-class double century and then an incredible 330 runs off 270 balls in a domestic match, which remains a Sri Lankan domestic record. This performance proved he was mentally strong enough to come back from the darkest period of his life. In 2018, the Sunrisers Hyderabad team approached him to replace David Warner, who was banned for the ball tampering scandal. This IPL contract would have earned him significant money, but Kusal turned it down because he wanted to focus on domestic cricket in Sri Lanka and earn back his place in the Test team. This decision showed his commitment to representing Sri Lanka ahead of personal financial gain. Then came February 16, 2019, when Kusal Perera played what would become his most famous innings. In a test match against South Africa in Durban, Sri Lanka was chasing 304 runs in the fourth innings on a difficult pitch. They collapsed to 226 for 9 wickets, and everyone thought the match was lost. But Kusal Perera had other ideas. He scored an unbeaten 153 runs, batting with number 11 batsman Vishwa Fernando and adding 78 runs for the last wicket to win the match by 1 wicket. This innings was named the second-best Test innings of the decade by Wisden in 2019, and he won the Best Test Performance Award from ESPN Cricinfo for 2019. Cricket experts called it one of the greatest Test innings ever played. The courage, skill, and mental strength required to bat like that with the last man and win an impossible match is something only a handful of players could achieve. In May 2021, Kusal was named captain of the Sri Lankan ODI team ahead of their series against Bangladesh. Leading your country is the ultimate honor for any cricketer. Although his captaincy stint was short-lived, it proved that he was respected as a leader. On January 2, 2025, during a T20I match against New Zealand at Nelson, he scored his maiden T20I century, smashing 101 runs off just 46 balls. This made him the third Sri Lankan batsman after Mahela Jayawardene and Tilakaratne Dilshan to score centuries in all 3 international formats. He also became the first Sri Lankan male cricketer to score 2,000 T20I runs and overtook Tilakaratne Dilshan as Sri Lanka's leading T20I run scorer. This century helped Sri Lanka win in New Zealand for the first time in 17 years. Now let's talk about the money, which is what everyone really wants to know. Kusal Perera's net worth is estimated at around 12 crore rupees in 2025, which equals approximately $3 million. How did he build this wealth? Let's break down all his income sources. Sri Lanka Cricket Board pays him an estimated salary of about $65,000 per year through his central contract. He was previously in the A2 category contract with a base pay of $80,000 before being moved to the B1 category. This annual salary from representing Sri Lanka across formats is his most consistent income source. From the Indian Premier League, his earnings were modest compared to bigger stars. He made approximately $14,000 while playing for Rajasthan Royals in 2013, although he went unsold in the 2025 IPL mega auction at his base price of 75 lakh rupees. His limited IPL career still added to his wealth. However, his real franchise cricket earnings came from other leagues where he played regularly. In the Pakistan Super League, he represented Lahore Qalandars and other franchises. For Lahore Qalandars, he scored 170 runs in just 4 innings at an explosive strike rate of 173.146. Top players in PSL earn around $170,000 per season. In May 2025, playing in the PSL Qualifier 2, Kusal scored a match-winning 61 runs off 35 balls, hitting 7 boundaries and 2 sixes, helping his team reach the finals. In the ILT20 League in the United Arab Emirates, He played for MI Emirates and Delhi Bulls. He scored an impressive 527 runs for MI Emirates in the ILT20. Players in ILT20 earn between $10,000 to $450,000 depending on their category, and Kusal's consistent performances likely placed him in a good earning bracket. The Lanka Premier League has been particularly profitable for Kusal. Across 3 different teams in the LPL, he piled up 811 runs, including a century. He has represented Kandy Tuskers, Colombo Stars, Colombo Strikers, Gala Gladiators, and Dambulla Aura at various times. He also played in the Bangladesh Premier League for teams like Camilla Warriors, Rangpur Riders, and Fortune Barishal. In Australia's Big Bash League, he played for Hobart Hurricanes. All these franchise leagues combined have earned him hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years. When you add up earnings from IPL, PSL, BBL, ILT20, LPL, and BPL across his career, franchise cricket has contributed at least $1 to $1.5 million to his wealth. Beyond match fees and league salaries, Kusal also earns from brand endorsements and sponsorships. As one of Sri Lanka's most recognized cricketers, companies want him to represent their products. These endorsement deals add extra income on top of his cricket earnings. He also receives bonuses for match-winning performances, Player of the Match awards, and series victories. In April 2019, showing his generous side, Kusal donated 100,000 Sri Lankan rupees to a student named Rashmi Nimesha Gunawardana, who topped the OL examination, proving he uses his wealth to help others. But here's where Kusal Perera's story takes an unexpected turn that makes him different from almost every other cricketer. In January 2024, after representing the Sri Lanka Police cricket team that won joint champion status in the 2023 first-class competition, Perera was appointed to the police service in the rank of Chief Inspector of Police. This is not just a ceremonial position. He is an actual Chief Inspector in the Sri Lanka Police Department, complete with uniform and official duties. This government position provides him with a secure salary, pension benefits, and career stability beyond cricket. While the exact salary for a chief inspector isn't publicly disclosed, it adds a steady government income to his already substantial cricket earnings. What about his lifestyle? Kusal Perera married his longtime partner, Dilani Surangika, a former Sri Lankan women's cricketer, on March 19, 2016, in a private ceremony. They share a love for cricket, and she has been a steady supporter throughout his career, helping him stay focused during important matches. Their relationship is built on mutual understanding and shared passion for the sport. Away from public attention, she plays a key role in maintaining balance in their family life. The couple lives in Sri Lanka and maintains a relatively private personal life compared to many modern cricketers. Unlike some wealthy cricketers who constantly show off expensive cars, watches, and mansions on social media, Kusal lives a comfortable but not excessively flashy lifestyle. He maintains an active Instagram presence where he shares training clips, match highlights, team celebrations, and occasional personal moments. But he doesn't post the kind of luxury content you see from some other sports stars. With a net worth of $3 million, he certainly has the money to afford luxury items, nice cars, and a beautiful home in Colombo, but he prefers to keep that side of his life private. His investments are likely smart and diversified. With proper financial planning, his $3 million net worth could be invested in real estate properties in Colombo, government bonds, business ventures, and savings that will support him and his family long after his cricket career ends. His position as Chief Inspector with the Sri Lanka Police also ensures he has government benefits including health care, pension, and job security that will last his entire life. Looking at his complete career statistics, Kusal Perera has played 22 test matches, scoring 1,177 runs with an average of 31. In ODI cricket, he has played matches across his career with significant contributions. In T20 internationals, he has scored 1,677 runs in 66 games with a top score of 84 and an average of 26.61. In first-class cricket, he has scored over 5,000 runs with a highest score of 336. His overall record across all formats shows 82 first-class matches, 203 List A matches, and 165 T20 matches, making him one of Sri Lanka's most experienced cricketers. The future for Kusal Perera looks secure from every angle. At 35 years old, he still plays limited overs cricket actively. He continues earning from franchise leagues, especially in PSL, IL-20, and LPL, where his aggressive batting style is perfect for T20 format. His police career provides long-term security. His investments and savings from years of high cricket earnings ensure financial stability. Unlike many retired cricketers who struggle financially after their playing days, Kusal has built multiple income sources that will support him throughout his life. His story teaches us important lessons about resilience, fighting for your truth, mental strength, smart financial planning, and diversifying your career options. From the devastating doping controversy that could have ended everything to playing one of cricket's greatest innings. From turning down lucrative IPL contracts to focus on national duty to becoming a chief inspector in the police force, Kusal Perera has lived an extraordinary life filled with drama, triumph, and smart decisions. His $3 million fortune is well-earned through years of performing under pressure, entertaining millions of fans, and making sacrifices for his country. He represents the complete modern cricketer who understands that athletic careers are short, and building wealth and alternative careers early is essential for long-term success. Subscribe now to discover more untold wealth stories of cricket's biggest stars.